Good evening, and welcome to the public hearing for the Livingston Zoning Board of Adjustment. Today is May 12th, 2026. If you're an applicant for a D or use variance, you should be aware that such a variance can only be granted after showing that special reasons for the grant of the variance exists, and the variance can be granted without substantial detriment to the zoning plan of the Township of Livingston. You should also be aware that in order to be granted such a variance, you will require an affirmative vote of 5 members of the 7-member Board of Adjustment. Other variances require a majority of 4 members to grant that variance. If you're an applicant for any variance and your variance is denied by this board, you have a right to appeal to the Superior Court of the State of New Jersey within 45 days of notice of decision, and that court may overturn the decision of this board. If you're an objector to any type of variance and that has been granted, you too may appeal to the Superior Court of the State of New Jersey within 45 days of the notice of decision. If you do file an appeal, I ask that you please provide a copy of your complaint to the Planning Administrator, Jackie Hollis. Pursuant to the requirements of the Open Public Meeting Act, also known as the Sunshine Law, adequate notice of the meeting was provided to the Star Ledger and West Essex Tribune, and a copy was also posted on the bulletin board of the municipal building. In addition to having notice posted, notice of this meeting was placed on the Township's website. Members of the public will have an opportunity to ask questions or to make statements regarding each application at the appropriate time. When the time comes, if you'd like to address the board, please come to the front and use the microphone so we can make sure your comments or questions are part of the record. To the members of the public, I would like to remind everyone that this board exists for the sole purpose of making adjustments to its township zoning rules. The rules are developed and affirmed by the town council. As a board, we listen to the testimony presented for each application and make our decision based on the township rules, state guidelines, as well as rulings issued by the New Jersey courts. We are very happy when the public comes forward and asks questions and or makes statements. In fact, this board always encourages it. However, as a board, we are not going to discuss how we reach our conclusions and how or why we voted for or against an application further than was required by law. I'd also like to remind the public that communication with board members is limited to the time when we are in session. Please do not email or call us. We are volunteers, and it's improper to contact us outside these chambers. Thank you for your understanding. We will now call the roll. Mr. Kenya.
Okay, Mr. Kenya here, Mr. Horn. Here. Okay, Mr. Sherman.
Yeah.
Here.
Ms. Yoon.
Here.
Mr. Weissman.
Here.
Mr. Beer.
Here.
And we got the quorum.
Okay, just a quick note from our attorney.
Okay, just so everyone's aware, there are only 7 members of the zoning board present tonight. If you need six. There's supposed to be 7. Wow, okay. I caught up. I just did that to see if you were paying attention. You were. So there's only 6 members present. So if you have an application that requires a D variance, you will need 5 affirmative votes of the 6 members. So that everyone's aware, we will not have more than 6 tonight. So, Chair?
Yes. Please call the first application.
Okay, Block 2503, Lot 17, 16 West Lawn Road, application number 2026-6-V, Meredith and Joshua Schwartz. Applicant seeks approval for the first floor addition, converting a crawl space on the top floor into habitable living space, and garage converted into living space in violation of the following section: 170-98C2, front yard setback 50 feet required, 29.92 feet proposed, which is existing, 20.08 variance requested. 170-87CC3, habitable floor area ratio 21% allowed, 26.87% proposed, 5.87% variance requested. Garage, which is variance number 170-3, accessory building, standard size 12 feet by 20 feet or 240 square feet, 150 square feet variance requested. A variance is being requested for the pre-existing non-conforming garage converted into a living space.
Okay, just if you can hit the button on the base there.
There
Okay.
we go.
Yes, you're good.
Hi.
Okay, so are you Meredith Schwartz?
I am.
Okay, I made
am.
a big guess, but I was right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and you're the
Putting
owner
out-
of the property, and you have with you your architect?
Correct.
Okay, you can always tell the architect's no ties. Okay. Where's Cedra? Some architects, not even a jacket, but that's okay. All right, so you're gonna have are you gonna make any statement, or are you just gonna have your architect speak tonight?
I'm just going to say, you know,
Okay, so if let me just swear you in.
Oh, sorry.
That's no worries, you're good. Do you
Thanks for
swear for
saying.
and tell the truth for the zoning board tonight?
I do.
Okay, go ahead, Ms. Schwartz, you have
I do.
something you want to say?
I just know that you had mentioned about why we need this variance. I have 4 young children. Our house has outgrown us, or we have outgrown our house. We currently have both my boys and my girls share a room. It's very, very tight for all of us, and I'm a school counselor myself. Unfortunately, we cannot afford, you know, what Livingston has become, but we love our community here, and we want to stay here. We're very much ingrained within the community. So doing this variance and doing this work is really just going to enhance our livability here in town, where we very much love, and my kids love, and my kids, I really want to raise them here. So I just wanted to say that, and the reason why we're doing this. That's it.
Okay, and Ms. Schwartz, you have your architect with you tonight, so
I
we're gonna.
do.
Okay, so we're gonna swear you in. Do you swear affirm and tell the truth for this zoning board tonight?
Yes, I do.
Okay, can you just bring the mic over closer?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, and can you please state and spell your name for the record?
Yes, it's Robert Puzio, P-U-Z-I-O. It's R.A. Puzio Architect. Address is 785 Totowa Road, Totowa, New Jersey.
Okay, and can we have your qualifications on briefly?
Yeah, I'm a licensed architect in the state of New Jersey for over 20 years, a member of the American Institute of Architects. I have a Bachelor's of Architecture, NJIT, and I have testified in numerous boards throughout New Jersey, including Newark, Summit, Ridgewood, Teaneck, to say so.
Okay, Chair.
Does anyone on the board have any questions or objections regarding this witness? There being no objections, the witness is accepted as expert in architecture.
Great.
All yours.
Right. So what we took on here was an addition towards the house. What we tried to do was lowest impact possible. So we concentrated on adding towards the back of the house. At the back of the house, the addition encompasses what right now is existing deck area, and we're taking the sunroom and turning that into an addition. So the addition is towards the back, 200 square feet on the first floor, and we're going over the existing rear of the home and obviously over the one-story addition. And the second story is pretty much an attic that's being used as a second story. So it's a story and a half. So the impact, the volume of the house will stay similar to what it is now. As far as we're maintaining the setbacks, the existing setbacks, and the front of the house is pretty much staying the same. So there's going to be no impact from the front of the street, but the rear of the house, we're adding a gable, and we're adding also a dormer on one side. This is going the downstairs. We're taking out the first floor breakfast, kitchen, and the family room, and reconfiguring it to an open area. And the upstairs, we're encompassing the alteration of the existing rear bedroom, and then we're including the new bedrooms at the rear addition. And look at the house. We're going to maintain the existing style and vernacular of the home.
Does anyone on the board have any questions for this witness? Does anybody in the public have any questions for this witness? Does anybody in the public want to make any statements regarding this application? Want to make any closing statements? Does anybody on the board want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it. Okay, Mr. Horn?
Yes.
Mr. Kenny, yes. Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Ms. Yun?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Wiseman?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Beer?
Yes.
Motion carries. Congratulations.
Good, thank you.
Good luck.
Good luck. Okay, the next one, Block 1603, Lot 3, 115 Feltswood Drive, application number 2026-13-V, Zan Juan. Applicant seeks approval for a new single-family house in violation of the following section, 170-87CC4, habitable floor area ratio 30% allowed, 33.4% proposed, 3.4% variance requested.
Okay, sir, can you just hit the green button? Yeah, the button on the base, and just bring the microphone as close to you, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Are you Mr., and if I mispronounce your name, please accept my apology. Are you Mr. Juan?
Yes.
Okay, so you're the owner of the property?
Yes.
Okay, and you're going to be testifying with regard to the application tonight?
Yes.
Okay. Just you got to keep your voice up so everybody hears you, okay?
All right.
All right, let's swear you in. Do you swear affirm to tell the truth for the zoning board tonight?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, it's all right. You're right, just keep that mic close to you, and then why don't you go ahead and explain the project to the board?
Good evening, everyone. So I'm the owner and applicant for the residential project located at 115 Fellswood Drive. So our property is located in R4 zone and consists of 9,633 square foot lot. Our plan involves first removing the existing one-story house and then building a new two-story house with a full basement. Our proposal meets all standard zoning requirements, including front, side, and rear yard setbacks, and also the overall height. We are seeking minor variance regarding the habitable floor area ratio. The current zoning allows for 30% maximum habitable floor area ratio, which equals 2,890 square feet. We're proposing a total habitable floor ratio of 3,220 square feet. It's a 33.4% ratio. We're requesting an additional 3.4, approximately 330 square feet. The home remains within the maximum allowable total floor area, 3,220 square feet for the R4 zone. The primary reason for this request is to accommodate the needs of a growing family, and the proposed area is reasonable and modest and maintains all required distance from neighboring properties. For the attic is for utility purpose only. It's not going to be used as a habitable living space, and standard pull-down stairs will be installed to access to the attics. That's all the statement I want to make. Let me know if you have any questions.
So, sir, would you agree with me that because of the size of your lot, that what you were saying before is because the size of your lot, that's creating this habitable floor area ratio condition, because your lot is not as big as others in the area. Is that accurate?
That is true, yes.
All right. It's bigger than allowed? Yeah. But the, what about the, to the adjacent properties, is it larger?
I think my lot is the third largest in that area, but still.
Okay. Wait, and your lot line to the front of your, is that your front of your lot at the top of that picture?
Yes.
Okay. So that lot line towards the, towards the back is on an angle, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
And if I may, so can I make another statement? It's too late.
I just want to clarify those 2 points for the board because you're seeking relief under habitable floor area ratio, okay? And let me ask you this question. You're parking all your cars on that lot and everything that you currently use the lot for is going to be used for the new single-family home, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Does anyone on the board have any questions for this witness? Does anybody in the public have any questions for this witness? You don't have a question, right? No. He wants you to have a question. Does anyone in the public want to make a statement regarding this application? Do you want to make any closing statements, or you're good? I assume you've said everything you wanted to say.
Oh, yeah, I just want to say, I guess the reason we want that extra area is because that bedroom we added to the first floor. And the reason for that is we already have 4 members in the family, but we're immigrants and we have parents living in other country in China. So they come visit us on a regular basis. So they're old people, so having that extra living bedroom on the first floor will be very convenient for them because they don't have to climb stairs. So that's a very important thing for us. Yeah.
Okay, does anybody on the board want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
You have a pen? Okay, Mr. Sherman,
Yes.
Ms. Yuen?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Kenya, yes. Mr. Horn?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Wiseman?
Yeah, yes, and I'll just add a comment that having driven around the area and seeing that area, it does feel like, given other houses that look similar to this in the area, that this lot would accommodate this use. So that's why I'm approving.
Okay. All right, Mr. Beer,
Yes.
give me your motion. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Block 4204, Lot 13, 20 Spear Drive, application number 2026-15-V, 20 Spear Drive LLC. Applicant seeks approval for the new single-family house in violation of the following section, 170-87CC4, habitable floor area ratio 30% allowed, 37.5% proposed, 7.5% variance requested.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Recording Secretary. My name is Ryan Kennedy from the law firm of Stevens and Lee, here for the applicant this evening. Like many of your cases this evening, this is a floor area case. Unlike the one we just heard, though, and maybe as the board attorney was hinting at, this is an undersized lot, and part of the discussion will be about making the home more compatible with the neighborhood for an undersized lot. As you're perhaps used to seeing quite often, to my right, your left, we have our architect and planner, who I know have qualified many times in the past, but they'll be our 2 witnesses here this evening.
Okay, so we're going to start with Mr. Emmett?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Emmett, do you swear for and tell the truth for the zoning board tonight?
I do.
Okay, Mr. Emmett has been qualified in the field of architecture on numerous occasions before this board. Your license to practice architecture in the state of New Jersey is current and up to date, correct?
Yes, it is.
Chair?
We can accept you as an expert in architecture.
Thank you. Okay, so what we are proposing to be built here is a 2-story home with a full basement. It will have, we'll just start with the second floor. It's going to have 4 bedrooms upstairs. 2 bathrooms, three bathrooms, and then downstairs, family room, open room, family room, kitchen, a flex bedroom, which could serve as an office or as a bedroom, a dining area, and a small sitting area, along with a 2-car garage. And there is a small patio out the rear, small because we were keeping it back in order to comply with the rear yard setback, because it is elevated there, the patio is elevated. And it will have a full basement. The front of the house will have a covered entry, and, just a nice traditional 2-story home. And Nick's going to go through the zoning, but it does comply with all the zoning requirements, other than the one variance that we're asking for, which is the habitable floor area.
And I see you have attic access, so there'll be no access up to the attic besides the pull-down ladder?
It would be a pull-down ladder only, yes.
Excellent. Does anybody on the board have any questions for this witness? Does anybody in the public have any questions for this witness? One down, one to go.
Okay, Mr.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Graviano, do you swear firm and tell the truth for the zoning board tonight?
I do.
All right, even though I forgot to do this with Mr. Emmer, can you please, I apologize, can you please state and spell your name for the record?
Yes, first name Nicholas with an H, last name Graviano, G-R-A-V as in Victor, I-A-N-O.
All right, Mr. Graviano's been qualified in the field of planning on numerous occasions before this board. Mr. Graviano, your license in the field of professional planning is current. Do you have to renew it soon?
531.
Okay, so the time is drawing near, no time like the present, Mr. Graviano. No comment. So, Mr. Graviano's been approved as professional planner.
We can accept him as an expert in professional planning.
Thank you, Board.
Yeah.
I just want to note, today's the 23rd year of my father's passing. I always like to give him a little shout out on the nights I'm doing testimony. He's the one that got me into this biz, doing due diligence to see where parking lots were permitted. So that's how I got into the biz. So I always like to give him a little shout out on today when I'm out and giving testimony.
May his memory be for a blessing.
Thank you, thank you. This is a very simple application. I'm not going to get too deep into it. This is a request for a D4 FAR variance for a specific piece of property known as Block 4204, Lot 13. That is an undersized lot in the R4 district. This lot encompasses 8,569 square feet, where 9,365 square feet is required by code. The house is under the maximum habitable square footage limits, so we're not requesting relief for that, just for the FAR. There are a couple of benefits to this application I'd like to highlight for the board. The first being the current side yard setback sits at 5.2 feet, whereas 10 feet is required by ordinance. Additionally, the combined side yard setback exists today at 18 feet, where 21.18 feet would be required by ordinance. So this is a proposal that brings 2 side yard setback conditions into conformance. In this instance, the granting of the FAR variance certainly could be done because the site can accommodate the proposed use, withstanding the applicant's request for the FAR. All the required setbacks are being met. The front, sides, and rear setbacks are all being accommodated. This proposal certainly advances purposes of zoning and municipal land use law, specifically Purpose A, promotion of the general health, safety, morals, and general welfare. Purpose G, sufficient space and appropriate location for a variety of residential uses to meet the needs of New Jersey citizens. And as you see through the impeccably designed building and site, it certainly advances Purpose I, a desirable visual environment through creative development techniques and good civic design and arrangements. The FAR variance could certainly be granted without substantial impairment to the zone plan or zoning ordinance.
Does anybody on the board have any questions for this witness? Did you mention the front yard setback? I believe you're correcting that too. Just a,
Yes,
Put it on the
yes,
record.
Chairman, good note there. You know, it is consistent with the average, but the applicant is bumping it up to 40 feet from 35 and a half feet. I would also like to note that I did have the ability to do a parcel analysis of the block. There are other dwellings that are at the same square footage or greater than what the applicant's proposing this evening.
Great, thank you. Any questions from the board? Anybody in the public have any questions for this witness? Does anybody in the public want to make any statements? Back to you, Counselor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for your time this evening. Much appreciated.
Okay, does anybody on the board want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Okay, Mr. Kenya? Yep. Mr. Horn?
Approved.
Okay, Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Ms. Yun?
Yes.
Mr. Wiseman?
Yes.
Okay, and Mr. Beer?
Yes.
Motion carries. Congratulations. Okay, next applicant, Block 4501, Lot 16, 7 Carlisle Drive, application number 2026-17-V, Rodak Home Incorporated. Applicant seeks approval to construct a new single-family dwelling in violation of the following section, 170, sorry, 170-99C2, front yard setback 40 feet required, 35 feet proposed, 5 feet variance requested.
Richard Skolnick on behalf of the applicant. We just have one C variance here for the front yard setback, 40 feet required. The existing setback is 36.24. We're bringing that up a foot and a quarter, so 16 inches. Chairman, I thought I'd start with the planner here. We have the architect if necessary.
Excellent.
Okay.
Mr. Graviano?
Okay, let's swear, you swear affirm to tell truth for the zoning board tonight?
I do.
Okay, Mr. Graviano was just minutes ago approved in the field of professional planning.
So he remains approved.
Yeah, until 5:31. I'm writing that down, Nick. All right, go ahead, Mr.
Yeah,
Skolnick.
remind me in case I forget.
You haven't lost your license, I take it, to any
No.
disciplinary actions in the last 3 minutes?
No.
Okay, thank you. Can you give the board your analysis on this one bulk variance?
Yes, this is a very irregularly shaped lot. This is a situation where the existing setback is non-conformant. The applicant's generally keeping in the range of what's there today. The applicant's professionals did have a chance to look at the surrounding front yard setbacks. The average setback is 37.61 feet. The applicant's requesting 35 feet, whereas 40 is required by code. This is a little bit of a portion of block that curves. So not only do you have an oddly shaped lot in the front, you have an oddly shaped lot in the rear. The applicant's gone through great care to design the rear and the side of the dwelling to make sure that it conforms to all applicable setback requirements. I think given the circumstances of this application, relief can be granted under both the C1 and C2 criteria. C1 criteria due to the exceptional situation affecting the specific piece of property. Strict application of the township zoning regulations would create an undue hardship. Additionally, under the C2 criteria, where hardship need not be demonstrated, what must be demonstrated that it relates to a specific piece of property. Here, the specific piece of property is an irregularly shaped, undersized lot in the zoning district. This proposal certainly advances purposes of zoning A, G, and I, specifically in the fact that this is a home which, you know, has shown signs of deterioration. It was built in 1951. The applicant's proposing a dwelling which will be built to current codes and standards, which will be befitting of the site and the neighborhood. So both the C1 and C2 variances can be granted without substantial impairment to the zone plan or zoning ordinance.
You think the location, bringing it up, makes better sense than pushing it back a few feet here?
Yes, I think it makes rational sense. The house is only 2,600 square feet, so this isn't a situation where the applicant's trying to overdevelop the lot. And as I said before, the average setback is 37.61, and you also have curvature in the street at that location, so all the houses aren't in a row at that point.
Does anyone in the, on the board have any questions for this witness? Please.
Yeah, I'm just, because having visited it, all the houses are pretty close. And now it's going to come even closer. So it seemed like there was some room, like another foot in the back, so that you had, and still be within your rear yard setback. So I'm curious the thinking of why it was chosen to go a foot up, which is closer than all the other houses in the area, and not use that foot in the rear. That might be more of the architect's question, but that's what I was curious about.
We're 35 on the dot, so.
Oh,
there's
you are?
really-
Okay, did I
There's
see
really
that wrong?
no, if you look at the plan.
Oh,
there's a-
35 on the front, not the back, you mean?
No, I'm saying if we push it back, we're gonna have a rear yard setback problem.
But would you, though?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, did I miss
Yeah,
that?
we're 35 on the dot at 4 locations. That's why you have that sawtooth foundation plan, to meet the geometry of the rear yard
Okay, I
setback.
didn't see that.
I think given this circumstance, where the average is in the 37 range and the applicant's going from 36 to 35, I think the relief's more appropriate in the front yard.
What's saw cut?
Let me just.
Sawtooth meaning
here.
that there's numerous jagged parts to that foundation to meet the rear yard setback.
Got
Oh,
it.
and I do see now. Oh, and that's why you made that jagged, which I liked. Okay, I've got it. You answered my question.
Good question, but when you look at the back, when I saw it, I'm like, yeah, you're really trying to meet the ordinance here.
Looking at the other,
Does anybody else have any questions for this witness? I'll make a side comment on the design of the house. It is a little cramped in the area, but I do appreciate you kept the roof small, you kind of really made it fit so it's not overwhelming the neighborhood. So I noted that, and I think that was, appreciated. Does anyone in the public have any questions for this witness? Back to you, Counselor.
No further comment.
Someone on the board want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it. Okay, Mr. Horn.
Yes.
Mr. Sherman. Yes. Mr. Kenya, yes. Ms. Sion.
Yes.
Mr. Weissman.
yes.
Mr. Beer.
Yes.
Motion carries. Okay, Block 3901, Lot 70, 46 Hillside Avenue, application number 2026-34-V, Rodak Homes Incorporated. Applicant seeks approval to construct a new single-family dwelling in violation of the following section: 17087BB4, habitable floor area, 3220 square feet allowed, 3692 square feet proposed, 472 square feet variance requested.
Chairman Richard Skolnick on behalf of the applicant. This is a C variance also. The sole variance is on the maximum habitable floor area. On the FAR, because this is a more than a double-sized lot, the FAR is well under at .17 with .30 permitted. Lot size with 9375 in the R4, we're at 21,719, so quite a bit extra. I'm going to do the same procedure and ask Mr. Graviano to discuss with the architect here in the cheap seats.
Okay, and for the record, Mr. Graviano is previously sworn in. He remains sworn in and remains qualified in the field of planning.
Agreed.
Thank you. Mr. Skolnick stole a little bit of my thunder, but this is an application for an extremely oversized lot, 21,719 square feet, where 9,375 is the minimum required. So when you look at this lot, it's certainly the size of 2 building lots, which would give you 6,440 square feet. The applicant is asking for a very respectable 3,692 square feet on this very large lot. I would also like to note, anybody who had the privilege of being at the site, this is a situation where the current house is pushed extremely far back to the lot. The applicant is pushing the house forward. The front yard setback today exists at approximately 140 feet from the right-of-way. The applicant's coming in at 50, which will keep it more in line with the established setbacks of the neighborhood. As Mr. Skolnick also indicated, we're far under the habitable floor area ratio. 30% is permitted, we're at 17%. So I think given all of these factors, relief here certainly could be granted under the C2 criteria, in that it relates to an oversized specific piece of property. It certainly advances purposes of zoning A, G, and I of the municipal land use law. With respect to purpose A, it promotes the health, safety, morals, and general welfare by bringing that front yard setback in closer conformance to the surrounding neighbors. Purpose G, it's an oversized lot, certainly sufficient space and appropriate location for a variety of residential uses to meet the needs of New Jersey citizens. And through Mr. Sedra's impeccably designed house, it certainly creates a desirable visual environment and creative development techniques. The C variance certainly could be granted without substantial impairment to the zone plan or zoning ordinance.
I have one quick question. Obviously, a very oddly shaped lot. If you cut off the whole top, kind of still works too. It's a good-sized lot still, right? So
Are you talking about the appendage?
yeah, the appendage, that's a good word.
Yeah, if you cut that off, it's still a grossly oversized lot, so, you know, it does add to the overall square footage, but even if that's removed, you're far over, you're meeting FAR as well.
Right, that's what I want to confirm. Thank you. Anyone else on the board have any questions?
I have a question. How tall is the building, the height?
The building height is proposed at 32.71, so it's a little more than 2 feet under what's required by code.
And then access will be just a pull down
Yes.
there? Great.
Anybody else have any questions? Please.
Yeah, I'll say it more as a statement, so to give you an opportunity to respond on my concern. My concern here is that just because it's an oversized, it is oversized in square footage, but the actual, as you go down the street, it looks like a typical R4, although we'll get to just a few houses away, it's R3. But the actual width is 78, only 2 over the minimum. So in terms of the community feel, right, as the community sees the house, you're putting a much larger house than what's permitted, and trying to use all this back unusable, unusable is the wrong word, but you know, blocked-in land that I think leads to actually like, I forget what it's called, like a town right-of-way that goes behind there. So it's like forest-like space that you're being used to just add more square feet to the front, which is the same as all the other houses. So my fear, and that's why I wanted you to address it as a planner, my fear is that you're using this back space of square footage to justify what's going to appear to the community as a much larger house that's going to appear out of context vis-a-vis all the neighboring houses on both sides of the block. So I was hoping you could address that.
I must respectfully disagree with one of your comments in that I think the front of the house would remain the same under any, if this house is meeting the 3220, I think the front of the house is going to look the same. The applicant could actually design a more imposing house by being 2 feet greater in height. So I think when you look at it from the streetscape, the applicant's accommodating this extra square footage through the depth, not through the width out front. So in terms of neighborhood context, I don't feel that it's going to have an impact in terms of being a detriment to the neighborhood. I also had the ability to do a parcel analysis of this block as well. As you stated, this is a convergence of the R3 and R4 districts. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 18 houses in this block that are bigger than this house, that are equal or bigger than this
But
house.
meaning a portion of which are in the R3 zone?
Some are in the R3, some
Right,
are in
okay,
the
I
R4.
just wanted to clarify what you were...
But I'm just saying, in the neighborhood context, there are houses ranging from 3,600 square feet, which are the applicants proposing, all the way up to 6,840 square feet. So in terms of neighborhood context, given the oversized nature of the lot, I think the house is certainly in keeping of neighborhood context.
So you said like if it had to conform, it could just come off the back. That's not going to impact the
Yeah,
concern here.
I think when you look at many of the houses in the R4 or even in the R3, that they look like what the applicant proposed, so I don't think the front from the street would change whether it's 3220 or 36 and change, which we're proposing.
Right, and you feel having on this lot, using this, it's your testimony that using the extra space in the back, or because of the land size, to have a much bigger house on this property is a greater benefit to the community than the negatives
Well,
of
I think a
overgoing.
big benefit to this application is moving the house forward and making it more in line with the established setbacks which you do have on the street. So I think that is a benefit, that in terms of when you drive down that street now, you see that house all the way pushed back. I think now the house looks more out of place than what you're gonna have with this proposal tonight. So I certainly think this is a better design alternative than what exists today.
And you're actually not pushing it all the way up, it looks like, right? Just, you're going to be closer to 50 feet than 40.
We're given an extra 9.5.
Right, so that might soften your concerns
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah, where does that 9.5 stand with respect to the, is it still a push back from where you think the other houses are right now? Are you still set back a little?
Give me a second, let me see if that
'Cause
shows
it's
up
going to be
on the
bigger than these
survey.
other houses.
Mr. Sadra, you want to get sworn in here? Got something to say? You could go in.
Just easier there. All right, do you swear to tell the truth for the zoning board tonight?
I do.
Okay, can you please state and spell your name for the record?
Ayman Sedra. Last name is Sedra, S-E-D-R-A.
Mr. Sedra has been qualified in the field of architecture on many occasions. Mr. Sedra, your license to practice in the field of architecture in the state of New Jersey is up to date.
Correct.
Unlike Mr. Graziano, you don't have to worry about May 31st. Okay.
We can
So
accept them as an
accept
extra
the-
architecture.
So the surveyor did an average front study, which is giving us an average setback of 49 feet, 49 feet, 0.91. And he took the average front for the 3 properties on the left and the 3 properties on the right.
Okay, so you're going to be right in line, it sounds like, because you're at
Yes.
49.5, okay.
Anybody have any other questions for either witness? Anybody in the public have any questions for either witness?
Chairman, we did speak with the neighbors.
Oh.
They were here before, addressed their concerns. They needed to learn, and they went home.
Okay. I guess you addressed their concerns well.
All I had to do was invite them outside. I didn't even have to talk.
Does anybody in the public want to make a statement regarding this application? Back to you, Counselor.
No summation.
Would anybody like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion
I'll
to
second
approve.
Okay, wait. Ms. Young?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Mr. Kenya, yes. Mr. Horn?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Wiseman?
Yes.
Mr. Beer?
Yes.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, board.
Okay. Block 5301, Lot 45, 27 Wingate Drive, application number 2026-24-V, Carlos Javier Leal de la Torre. Applicant seeks approval for a second floor and a 9/12 deck in the rear yard in the violation of the following section: 17097C2, front yard setback 60 feet required, 53.25 feet proposed, 6.75 feet variance requested. 17097C4, rear yard setback to deck 50 feet required, 42.5 feet proposed, 7.5 feet variance requested.
Okay, so you're Mr. Delatorre, who's the applicant for tonight, correct?
Correct.
Okay, are you going to make a statement tonight?
Yes,
Okay, let's swear you in. Do you swear for and tell truth for the zoning board?
I do.
Okay. Go ahead and make your statement, and then I think you have your architect with you, right?
That's right, yes.
Okay. You want to make a statement before we start with the architect?
Yeah, I can do a brief statement.
Go ahead.
I don't have much to say. So we've been living in Livingston for 5 years now, renting a house, and we had the opportunity to buy this house. We want like more space for the family and also for family visiting. So that's the main reason why we want to ask for this variance. Thank you.
Okay. And you have your architect tonight, so why don't we get you sworn in? Do you swear firm to tell the truth for the zoning board tonight?
I do.
Okay, can you please state and spell your name for the record?
Deborah Jones. My company is Q5 Architects.
All right, and I believe Ms. Jones has been
About a month
qualified
ago, yes.
in the field of architecture before this board in the past. Your qualifications and your have been placed on the record previously, and your license to practice in the field of architecture in the state of New Jersey, is that up to date?
Yes,
Okay?
We can
Chairman?
accept you as expert in architecture.
thank you.
We can accept you as an expert in architecture.
Okay, so this is, the house they purchased is an existing split-level house, probably the largest split-level house I've ever seen in my life. But it only has 4 bedrooms, and 2 of them are quite small. The Mrs. Delatorre works at home. She needs a home office, plus the laundry, as typical, was in the basement. And they want the laundry more in the area of the living space in the bedroom. So one of the existing bedrooms is going to be converted to an office, one is going to be converted into a laundry room, and then we're asking for a second-floor addition above the existing living, dining, kitchen, and it'll be 1,400 square feet. The existing left side of the house is already non-conforming. The house at that point is not very deep. It's only like 26 feet. And it's tough to get a bedroom, a hall, and another bedroom. So we're asking for some relief in the front. And as far as the house goes, no relief in the back except a small deck, a 9-by-12 deck. That it's a very unusual shaped lot. So where the house is, it's very tight in the back. So that's basically what we're doing.
Does anyone on the board have any questions for this witness?
I have a question. So the rear yard setback, if we look at from the facade of the building to the line, it's 50 feet.
Yes.
Gotcha. Thank you.
I got one, just along the same line. So in reality, you're allowed normally the 10 feet for the deck, so basically you're going 2 feet over is why you have the variance. Okay.
Does anybody else have any questions?
Also, I wanted to just confirm, so it's a second floor that's
Just
going
a second floor,
to
and
come
it's going to
over.
be cantilevered in the
Right.
back and in the front.
Yeah.
And we're not touching the footprint other than the deck in the back.
And I'm assuming you feel you have a hardship because the road seems to curve.
It
right
does.
at
It
that
curves
point.
up.
So that's what's precipitating
Yes.
this curve in the road.
And the original
combined with how they
survey
initially
we
built the
had
house.
only showed the one dimension. And it wasn't until after I had a new survey done that I saw, oops, we
Right.
did it again.
Right.
So,
And there's, it's noted here, there's a pull-down attic
yes.
staircase, so
Yes.
not going up to the attic. Does anybody else have any questions for this witness? Does anyone in the public have any questions for this witness?
Is there any public?
I wasn't expecting anybody. Does anybody in the public want to make a statement? There again, we have no one. Do you have any closing statements, or you're all good?
No, I'm all good, I think.
Okay, would someone on the board like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Okay, Mr. Kenya, yes. Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Horn?
Yes.
Ms. Yun?
Yes.
Mr. Wiseman?
Yes.
Mr. Embody? Sorry, Mrs. not here. Mr. Beer?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you, good luck.
Okay, Block 38 on 2, Lot 2040 Charles Street, application number 2026-V, 2026-11-3. Mohammad Larib Nawaz, applicant, seeks approval for the rear and second floor addition in violation of the following section: 17099C2, front yard setback 40 feet required, 32.5 feet proposed, that's existing, 7.5 feet variance requested. 170-99C3, aggregated side yard setback 30% required, 28.88% proposed, that's existing, 1.12% variance requested. 170-99C3, right side yard setback 10 feet required, 8.9 feet proposed, 1.05 feet variance requested. 170-99C3, left side yard setback 10 feet required, 9.1 feet proposed, which is existing, 0.9 feet variance requested. 170-87CC4, habitable floor area ratio 30% allowed, 40.7% proposed, 10.7% variance requested.
Okay, are you Mr. Nawaz?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so you'll be testifying on behalf of the application. There's nobody else here, so I'm assuming you're the only person who's going to testify.
Yes,
Okay, so let's get you sworn in. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth for the zoning board tonight?
I do.
Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Nawaz.
Sure, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, first of all, for taking time to consider my application today. A quick round of introduction about my family. So we're a family of four. I have two daughters, a 4-year-old and a 6-month-old, and they're growing up, and we need space, and this 1,400 square feet home is running a bit short for us. I want to upbring them in a healthy and spacious environment. Plus, me and my wife work from home, so we need some office space area as well. So what we are really trying to do here is that we are planning to do a rear and master floor addition, and this is going to be our forever home. So this hardship of lack of space is really triggering these variances which I seek relief on. Firstly, talking about the habitable floor area, I would like to mention that this is an undersized R4 lot. The required is 9375 square feet, while this existing is 7513 square feet. So my lot is approximately 20% undersized, which is triggering the HFR variance relief that I'm requesting. If you talk about the true livable area, it's actually 2901 square feet because we have 154 square feet from the garage that is counting towards my HFA. About the front setback, this township has a carve-out provision which says that there can also be an established setback line for the surrounding area. So we tried getting the setbacks of the front setbacks of our neighboring houses. So if you can see in this table here, the only challenge here was that you're supposed to get 3 houses on each side, but the second house on my left is actually a corner house, so we couldn't get a third house. So this is the reason why we are getting here. But when we found out the average calculation of these 7 houses, including my own house, we were actually within the established front setback. About the side setback, the required side setback is 10 feet, while the prevailing setback is 9.1, so we are requesting a relief of 1 feet there. The thing is that we want consistency and continuity in the neighborhood, with consistent and predictable development pattern. So what we are really trying to do here is to square off, and align the front and side facade of the property. This box here is basically the rear addition that we are putting here. And then we are also planning to put a second, a master floor basically in this area on top of the current living room. I wanted to show you the picture as well of the property in its current condition today. So this is basically the house. So the living room is going to come on top of this. The master floor is going to come on top of this living room, and then there's going to be.
Is that picture part of the your
submissions? It's not, but
Okay.
I can see if there's a picture anywhere.
We
here.
have we do have other pictures.
Give me 1 second.
that were submitted.
Yeah, I see photos here. Okay. So
There you go. It's behind you now.
So this is basically the current view. The reason I was showing it on this one was because it was mostly covered in snow. I wanted to give you a clear picture here. But this is basically the living room, and we are planning to put a master floor on top of this. And then at the back, which is this, we are basically trying to put a kitchen and a family room there. That's all.
I'm just trying to understand on drawing A1, you have established setback calculations, which were done back in November by a surveyor. But since then, the house to your left has been demolished and rebuilt. And I was at the site, it's further back than your house is. And at least on this picture, it shows it in front of your house. So where are we, and do you have any updates or anything else? Because obviously you live next door to it, you knew it was ripped down.
I'll be honest, I haven't really get these calculations revised because this is a property that started their work after I got all of these documentation in place and got this appointment here. But no, I don't have the latest.
Yeah, no.
And it's still under construction.
It was, the calculation was on 11/5, but the drawings dated 2/7. It really should have been updated.
So, just so you know, the average of the front yard setback was 33.4, and my house is 36.8. So I'm already in that safe zone of 2.4. But even if we take the assumption that if it has gone back, I would say I would still meet that average setback, which is 33.4. I wouldn't go below that.
Okay.
Is my, yeah. Comment.
I have a question.
Please.
Could you walk us, me, to help me understand the front yard setback portion? Where did you get from the existing 36.8 to the 32.5 from the portico to the curb?
Sure.
So which portion is that front yard setback?
So the architect basically has mentioned two front setbacks here. One is from the portico. Now, because give me 1 second. So if the portico is basically within 72 inches of an area, then you can take the front setback from the house and not the portico. But my current portico is basically within the 72 inches mark, so that's why I'm taking it from the house. But I've still mentioned both of these setbacks. So from the house, it's 36.8, and from the portico, it's 32.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
My next question is on the right side yard. Looks like you took 0.15 inches, like closer. Existing is 9.1, and now you are at 8.95. What's making that 0.18? It's like a little bit. Is that?
So if you look at this square, basically, by the way, initially before we decided to go for variance, we tried to basically follow the town's regulations from each and every angle. But the house that was designed by the architect was really not looking good at all and wasn't really convincing us. We basically started the master floor from this point to the back, and then we also basically followed the side setbacks, so this was like this. It was basically giving a very different type of octagon shape to the house. So we basically tried to, follow the, non-compliant existing side back. So we then finally decided that, okay, because this is our forever home, let's just, go for a variance. So that's why we continued the existing prevailing setback and we basically drew this line all the way to the back for our.
Gotcha. So you're basically extending your right side facade, but because of your property line narrows down by like a little, that's why you're getting, okay, a shorter
The current house is still
setback.
here.
Okay,
And, we're just following this line on both sides.
Gotcha.
And going back.
okay, thank you.
Does anybody else on the board have any questions for this witness? I'll skip the public comment section of this application. Does anybody on the board want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Okay, yep. Okay, Mr. Kania, yes. Mr. Young? Ms. Young?
Yes.
Mr. Horn?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Mr. Wiseman?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Beer?
Yes.
Motion carries. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
We tried our best to.
A motion to adjourn?
Yay.
Yeah,
Yay.
whatever you want to call it.